Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Mario coming to you live from the Philippines with Life Without Limits Worldwide. I'm gonna tell you, I enjoyed this trip. Getting towards the end of it now, but I enjoyed my trip. And although I wish I could be here longer, it is what it is. I got to get back to work. So, back in them trucks I get. But I want to tell y'all about a story I heard about, and I feel my heart go out to this gentleman because nobody deserves it, but we have to take self accountability and understand that the choices we make. If we make the wrong choices or we don't make the choices at all, that's our fault. But you can't look at yourself like a victim because you had part in it. But my heart goes out to this gentleman because I can only imagine how he feels. But he lost $8,000 US, $8,000. Now I only lost maybe 100. I don't even think it was 100. It's probably more like 86. $86. I got scammed out of $86. I can bounce back from that pretty easy, but $8,000. I had did a couple videos back on Mr. Stepdaddy's page with travel safety. You got to make it hard for people to run off with your stuff. There's a couple ways, a couple things. If he had to watch my video, that it could have prevented that. But the source that I got that information from of what happened to the guy, he talks a lot about some things that probably would have prevented it too. But we come over here and we feel seen, and because of that, we let our guards down. We're invisible at home and come over here, and we become seen again. It's almost like we become relevant, and because of that, we let our guard down, and that's a mistake. It's a lot. It's more good people here than there is bad. But even with that being said, you got to keep your guard up because you don't know. You have to realize this is a different culture, and you have to realize that you don't know the culture. Nobody knows everything. Anybody that's traveled the world knows that at some point you're going to get scammed. And anybody that hasn't been scammed, lying. Either they lying or they don't, or completely unaware of it. And I think that's worse. To be unaware that you got scammed, that's even worse. Because ain't no telling how much money you losing. So, you can watch all the YouTube videos you want to. You can read all the articles you want to. But like Mike Tyson said, everybody can have a plan until you get hit in the mouth. And then see, that's when instincts kick in. Now, if you really paying attention to these YouTube videos and all the articles you're reading, you're arming your instincts, to protect you. But, just like with anything else, it requires practice. I talked to a gentleman out of San Francisco. Since I've been here, he's been traveling the world for the past 8 years. He told me about some of his stories. We have to kind of look at it as life lessons. Because it's going to happen. You don't know the culture or the routines everywhere in the world because it's different. The routines are different, and so if you get scammed, just realize it's a life lesson. It don't stop. It's a life lesson. Because anybody that tell you that they've never been scammed, don't let that deter you or make you feel less than because they lying. It's gonna happen, but you do have to do what you can to minimize it. That's why we watch the YouTube videos and read the articles so that we can at least minimize it. And unfortunately, this particular guy, this gentleman, he did not do that. and it's unfortunate. My heart goes out to him, but I'm glad he's not giving up. He's got a heart. He's not giving up, so that's always good. But you know, if you're becoming, thinking about becoming a world traveler, understand that the risk that you're taking. You're going to get scammed, but pay attention. Pay attention. Ruminate. People always try to tell you not to ruminate. Yeah, you better ruminate a little bit. Put a cap on it, but ruminate a little bit. Think about that whole entire situation. Think about all the red flags you might have missed because you don't know. You didn't know. So, and because of that, don't be too hard on yourself. But, think back. And then you'll be like, oh, okay. And then you will be better prepared for the next time you face with it. You'll know what to do. You'll recognize it. So, just do that. Think about it. And I would say do that with any situation, not just getting scammed. Even think about your past relationships. People try to tell you don't do that, man, but that's the path to healing. That's the path to protecting yourself. Whether it's in relationships, whether it's traveling, no matter what it is, you better think about it. But, don't feel sorry for yourself. Be responsible with your roommate. But, I feel bad for the gentleman, and the fact that he's not giving up tells me that, he can bounce back. He feels like he can bounce back, so that's good. I'm happy about that. But I could only imagine what he's feeling inside, right now after going through something like that. But yeah, because I'm out of $86, and I know how I felt, and that it was horrible. I felt horrible, but I know I'll bounce back. And I also know that if they were to try to take it anywhere else, I got other evidence. If they try to take it a step further, again, you got to make it hard. You got to make it hard for people to run off with your stuff. Now, in my particular situation, I'm gonna let it go. But if they try to take it a step farther, I got evidence. I'm not gonna press the issue. But if they make me press the issue, then I'm gonna press. I have no choice. But yeah, because I got 3 layers of protection when it comes to that. So I just hope that it doesn't come to that. But I'd rather just let it go and keep it moving. But unfortunately, with this gentleman, I don't think he took those steps I took. And he's got to go. He's got to he's got to take it on the chin, and that couldn't feel good, man. I couldn't imagine losing being out of that kind of money. But that's also why, I'm going to wait till I move here to pursue a relationship, because it's too hard. It's too hard to do it from 8,000 miles away and know that you got a good thing. Or to know that, it's legit. You don't know from 8,000 miles away. I don't care what you do or what you say. You don't know. You're rolling the dice. And I done rolled the dice too many times in my life to be doing it like that. So, and I'm not rolling the dice when it comes to love anymore, period. I don't care if it's at home. I'm not even going to date at home, but at all. I'm done with that. But, I'm not rolling the dice when it comes to that anymore, ever. So, but my heart goes out to him. I salute you, brother, for, keeping your head up. But I wanted to let y'all know, man, make it hard. Don't be an easy target. Take your time. Watch that Mr. Stepdaddy video. You'll thank me later, but after watching that video, it seems like there's a lot to it, but it's really not. I've been doing it for the whole 2 weeks, and it ain't hard, it ain't much to it. Actually, I've been doing it longer than that, but I've been doing it ever since I've been traveling the world. But yeah, you gotta make it hard. You can't be an easy target. But it might seem like a lot to do. It might be a nuisance sometimes, especially if you got foreign currency, and carrying foreign currency, it can be somewhat of a headache. But I mean, if you want to for real enjoy yourself, and again make it hard to be taken advantage of, or you gotta do it. There's no shortcuts in life. You gotta do it. But I ain't gonna keep y'all. I think I've held y'all long enough. But y'all take care. Peace and love.